Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Fantastics. Today we have our members with us, starting with Umair, Ahana, Oshio, Faiz, and Maisha, who has internet issues, I guess. But let's move on. So today our topic is about our recent uprising, which gave us a new Bangladesh. Yes, we all know the July uprising. Now, about that, my members will carry on, starting with Umair, please.
Yeah, Mama. So I remember that in our second class when we were teaching the kids, so it was a class on role playing, and I knew that we will have a lot of time after taking the class. So initially I had a plan to sit with them and talk with them, so that I actually can see that I just wanted to talk with them in order to understand a little better. And I asked them what they actually did during the July uprising, right? So I asked them casually that what did you guys actually do during that time? And what surprised me was the fact that they are so oblivious of the whole thing. They literally don't have any idea what happened. I asked them that what have you guys seen? And what happened was that they literally said that nothing really happened here. We really didn't get to see anything. And that's actually normal because this place it was actually pretty much predominant with Army League or something like that. They didn't go into the detail, but I asked them that, hey, haven't you guys done anything else? Like, haven't you guys seen anything? Or how much do you know about it? And what confused me is how little that they know about it. Now, it's granted that when we were little, they're a student of class 6 or class 7, right? So during that time, we also usually don't used to be that well aware of what is going into the country. But when you actually have a whole uprising going on, and when you really don't have much information about it, I feel like that's an issue. Like that makes me question that what the hell is this kids actually like learning, or how they think, because we know that they spend a lot of time in the internet. So it's a very big major issue. If you are somewhat even closely related to Facebook, or if you scroll them, you should see a lot of things about it. And even if that doesn't happen, the people around them, they should tell them a lot of things about it, right? I am gonna say a story about myself. When I was in class nursery. So at the time I'm like what, only 6 or 7 years old, and during that time the BDR incident happened. So I was very little at that time, but distinctly remember asking my parents that what the hell is going on? Like, why are people so disturbed about this whole thing? So you see, I was such a small kid. We didn't even have TV in our house. But even I, without have at that time internet, man, it's like unthinkable. So at that time, as a kid, we didn't even have TV in our house. Even I felt like something is going on. And I was what, 7? And these kids, they're like in class 6 or class 7. They're in the internet all the time. So yeah, that makes me question first that what they're actually doing. How do they think? Don't they think about anything else? And the other thing is that what happened to the surroundings? Don't they feel anything from their surroundings? All I can hear is they didn't really do anything, other than the fact that their school was closed, and their coaching teacher, called the parents so that they send their kids into the coaching. That's the only thing they did. So yeah, it really makes me question. What do you guys think about the whole thing? I really want to know about this from you guys. Like, you guys also were there with me, listening to the whole thing. I want to hear what do you guys think of the whole thing? Because come on, man.
I don't exactly think they were in the wrong because they were in a secluded area, right? The bridge they said they were that was connecting them to Dhaka or the Mohanagar, we say, uh, that was like how do you say, the connecting way that uh, connected them with the city, right? And nothing from the city actually came through the bridge, and they were like in an isolated island kind of thing. And which is why I do think it is not unnecessarily weird or like irresponsible of them that they couldn't actually participate or know anything.
Yeah,
So
but
that
it's not like
explains a little.
it's not like the adults around them also don't know about it. They clearly know about it.
But you wouldn't actually would tell the kids that there is like a coup or revolution kind of thing going on. They would be
But
like, yes,
they should
let's
feel
join.
some, they should feel something,
Yeah.
right? That's my
Well,
question.
considering these are internet kids, right? So these kids use phones a lot. Now, when
They do.
I during the July Revolution time, obviously I couldn't participate on field, but I did what I could on online. I shared as many posts I could. I shared ambulance numbers, blood bank numbers, or any support numbers to my friends who were working on the field. But now, talking about these kids, they should at least have stumbled upon anything like a post or a share post or a thing like that. Do you know there's something happening? Do you know there's something happening like this? Or they should have at least a bit of curiosity that why did my school close down? Why did the internet close down? There must be something, right? But these kids seem to be unfazed about this issue and they seem to be indulged in their own world and they didn't actually think about the reality that is going on outside, especially the boys. So they actually go outside their house most of the time. But considering that fact, they still don't know anything major about the lunar uprising or what actually happened during during time or what actually was the outcome, what was the actual reason for it. I would like to, I would like to ask you guys a question like, do you guys actually like support the things that are coming after the July uprising or was it worth it or was it not? What do you think, guys?
I think
I
Mohana,
think
I'm
that,
going to
yeah.
talk about or Tahira, you may also talk about it. You were beside me listening to the whole thing. Do you have anything?
I also agree with Arnold. Like their environment was a place that's quite remote, and like they didn't have much chances of getting to know about these or getting involved in these stuffs. So yeah, I also like I also agree with you that when we heard about that, we were kind of like we were so much engaged in all these, we were so concerned, but why weren't they? So yeah, I also agree with you, but I think Arnab's got a point over here.
I mean, I could feel the tear gas coming from the main roads. My house is so close to the road. So it makes sense that they didn't know anything because nothing was happening inside their living area. So it makes a little sense. But then again,
Oh, they
you
make
were right with the social media thing that they
but
should know something, but they were like,
they're
no, we don't know
active
anything.
though. What do you expect from them? They are active.
Yeah.
How can you miss them?
Uh, I want to add something. I still remember that when I asked them if they wanted to took any initiative or took any part, they said even though their area didn't experience much action, they still wished they could have participated in the uprising in some way. Yeah, they wanted to, but maybe they lack that courage, or they're small kids, right? Even if they wanted, they couldn't.
No, I remember asking them, do any of your older brothers or any of your own siblings who are older, like matured enough, did any one of them actually go there? Even after when the whole thing ended, like after which date it was? It was 5 August, right? So even after that, did anyone go there for the celebration? And they couldn't really recall that any one of their, if anyone went there. Like I am not even talking about this friend group. I'm talking about the older brothers of their friend group who are like adult enough, like you and me. Okay, even they didn't participate in anything like that. So yeah, that really makes me question not just the kids, but the environment that they're in or the lessons that they're getting. That is what really strikes me. Like, okay, I excuse the fact that you guys are kids, but when I try to analyze the environment that they're in, yeah, that really does make a question. Like, Makes me question the overall mindset of the people in an area like this, which is not that far from Dhaka city. To be honest, we are not really that far from Dhaka, but look at the situation here. So yeah, it's actually kind of disheartening if I'm being honest.
I just want to add something that isn't it a bit concerning that they don't know the resignation of the prime minister until a few days later of the resignation, like 3 or 4 days. Shouldn't it be concerning that if there was a bombing and they know nothing about it and just experienced it, and that would be like pure ignorance, and that kind of ignorance would be dangerous, I think. And it isn't like there is nothing in the internet about it, or they couldn't find anything related to it. There would be posts like similar to it in Facebook or something. It's just that they don't want to search it on the internet. They just want to live their life as they originally did and continued it. Um, it's just really concerning. If there was a war and things happened and you just don't know what's happening beside you. Um, that's all I want to say.
I saw Faisal and Arnav. You two were with the three kids, right? With the three boys, I read. So, did you guys actually see anything in them? Like, what were they talking about the whole thing? I was mainly thinking with the girls because there were many girls, but I
Yeah, the
saw you.
girls were with their family, but the boys, I think, as far as I can recall, they were with their friends' house. They were playing football, and they were not really concerned that much.
With a single care in their life, right?
I would like to add to
It's
Arnav.
more about not being able to participate from this area.
I would like to add to
And
Arnav. Actually, one of the boys, yeah, they actually play with their friends football that we all do. Now the thing is, they actually wanted to go to the bridge to see what's happening because of course, it's a small area. They obviously would heard that, oh, no, something is happening over there. Oh, the noise over there. Because noise of a bomb, or noise of, firing a gun is going on. So they actually wanted to go over to the bridge and see what's happening actually, but they were not allowed by the parents or any elders. And that is a thing of question that uh, the main workforce behind this uprising with students. And if the students are being backed off, and if the elders are not, hesitant in allowing their kids or allowing their friends participate in this uprising, what is the actual workforce? And what is the actual future of this generation, the coming generation? That's that is completely
Faisal,
unknown.
did
I
your
just want to
parent
say
allow you
that
to go?
uh,
Well,
Did your
that's a
poor
I
better
parent
just
let you go?
question actually. Yeah, my parents, they definitely didn't allow me to go. Even I had a fight with my mom. It makes sense
Hmm.
because being the eldest son of my family, I have a lot of responsibilities. And even though I wanted to go, I was already halfway out of my home. Then I returned thinking about my family, about their future. That if I die, God forbid, if I die, they, what would they do? What would happen to them? Would they able to be, survive later on, or would they able to, make another one like me, like teach my siblings the same way they taught me? I think so.
Yeah, like I
um I
participated
want
in the multiple times, and every time I used to go out, I literally used to feel like I'm risking my life. Like I used to go out with the mindset that I'm gonna die. Like I used to ask forgiveness for all my sins, and then I used to go out because I used to have the mindset that I'm gonna die. Okay, and if I have a small sibling, I do have a small sibling. She's like six. Like let's say she was in class 5 or class 6. Would I have allowed her to go? I don't think so. But Still, the fact that they're so oblivious of the whole thing, that really makes me question, you know. But again, it's kind of gets oxymoronic because the boys they didn't want to go, you know. So I'm actually not sure what to make of the whole thing. You know? I'm confused.
I just wanted to
I
say
said,
that
okay,
if
thanks.
if if they didn't participate as their parents were overprotective about them, then what I'm trying to say is that who would go? I mean, the elders wouldn't go on the battlefield. The younger generations are to go in the front lines. You wouldn't see the old ones going on the battlefield and fighting against polices or someone. Even if they didn't participate, they should at least know what's happening and mm, should at least have something to say about it. But they unfortunately have nothing to say. Um, they just want to
Well,
participate and that's it.
for that, the initial motive behind the uprising was the system, and it was obviously a only quota system, protest. But later on, it took a political turn after the random stuff our prime minister, former prime minister, say. But I think there is this reason of political issue that separates who they want to participate and who they want don't. Suppose if you have is the support of the previous government, your parents obviously won't let you to participate in this protest, right? So considering that fact, and if we look at the geographical political arena of this uh, location we are currently in, this our residential area. I think most of the students or most of the students who are actually supporters of the previous government, considering the fact they actually are started from the main metropolitan area of Dhaka. Like myself, myself.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Continue, please.
Um, okay. I would like to share my experience. The time of the July uprising was one of the toughest times of my life. There was no internet. We didn't know what's going on. We could hear the sound of the bullets, and we were worried as heck. When you are a citizen, it doesn't matter if you care about politics or not. If the political situation is worse, uh, obviously you will be worried. There was a dictator in our country who used to suck up our blood. We endured a lot, but at one point people just couldn't take it anymore. Uh, Students were the ones who took the first step. I couldn't join directly because my mom didn't allow me to, but I was so annoyed and anxious about everything that I posted a lot on social media about this uprising. My profile wasn't locked back then. I got some stress as well because I'm a university student and I'm posting against the dictator, saying bad things about her openly here and there. I didn't care, but I kept it a secret from my family. As there was no internet, all I could do was just pray for the best, pray for my friends. The only good thing that happened to me was okay. I used to read books too much, but this habit was almost gone because of my internet addiction. Because of the lack of internet, I started to read books again, just like the old times. That was my life during the July uprising, full of anxiety, uncertainty, and a flicker of hope. Thanks.
Okay, Maisha. Tahira, would you like to add something to this discussion?
Yes, I would like to share my experience mostly more than anything else because I would say I was quite closely connected to this, not entirely, but quite closely. So at that time, I think we all were kind of involved, all the students, like either from social media, either from real life, either from practicality or whatever. So I was really surprised, as Omar said. I was also surprised when they said that they didn't even get a hint
Thank you. Um,
Yes, you are.
Yes, you're audible. Yes, your video. No, we can hear you. Yes.
I have something to add as well, that I have seen the kitchen, ev- even I have seen that in my area, during the uprising, even the beggars also to join the uprising as well. Um, but the fact that they don't even know what was happening, they just join. Uh, as they have nothing about it. Just that they know that they are just rising against one oppressive prime minister. This.
Yeah, I also actually had to get involved with the whole thing because, from a moral point of view, like when I think of the whole thing, then I actually had the opportunity to be part of a whole revolution, and I actually didn't do anything about it. I couldn't really accept that. Like, yeah, sharing something online and doing something like that. Yeah, I could do that, but I couldn't help myself but go out there multiple times. Risking my life basically. Now I don't expect the same from everyone, and not everyone parents is gonna allow that. Luckily these days. But when it comes to the young generation, I expected them to be a part of the whole thing, at least know about it. Didn't expect this sort of behavior from them, that they simply don't care, or they don't know the information. Yeah, that was actually unexpected. So there's
Well, we have reached the end of our discussion, and every one of us has something to share. Every one of us has something to say. And after teaching the students, we all had a different perspective of what actually happened in the today rising and what a different section of people, different people in the rural areas or suburban areas, what they actually face during this community. Thank you everyone for joining and watching this video. We will see you in the next one.